Would I like to be in Fashion Week? It's not a priority of mine. It would be nice to be a part of Fashion Week. I've actually had someone reach out to me about collaborating to be a part of Brooklyn Fashion Week. So that would be exciting. I have to say I'm very surprised about the reception that King-N-Rook has received since the day I started showing people the ties. Hey, Josie, how you doing? Good, I'm good. Thank you, you too.
Yeah, nice to see you.
What's going on? So I got those ties that you wanted.
Excellent, I'm excited. Yeah.
These are some of my spring ties. This is the Nova. We have it in chocolate, the green, the Nova yellow, and the Nova cream. And this is the main. And here we have the New York and the blue and the red. And they should really pop for this spring. They really should.
I love them. Yeah, I like the combinations of the stripes with the solid. They look really wonderful.
Thank you. My name is Richard Joseph. I'm the founder and creator of King-N-Rook, and I make bow ties. I would have to say that it all started when I was younger. Growing up, my father was a carpenter, and so he worked with his hands all the time. And just watching him, it kind of was ingrained in me to do things with my hands and to be someone who can make things, to some degree, something out of nothing. So I pretty much, over time just developed different sets of skills that, enable me to do more than the average person, I guess, And fast forward and I'm here. My son Andrew, who's 11 years old, is very involved in the process. He helps me at times to pick out fabrics and combinations, especially for the boys line. I let him, for the most part, drive that aspect of the business because we do make men and young men's bow ties. It was very important for us, even as a bonding as father and son, to try to help other fathers and sons bond, on a fashion level, in addition to on a parental level. One of the things that we wanted to be able to do with King-N-Rook, in addition, was to do a lot of sourcing here in Brooklyn, to keep the commerce here in Brooklyn, as far as, where we source our fabrics, where we get, packaging material, the business cards and things of that nature, because Brooklyn is thriving right now. And, it has been for a long time. It's just that, the spotlight is finally on Brooklyn, and so people are finally recognizing the amount of jewels and gems that are here, and I'm very happy to be a part of that.
I'm happy to be a part of that.
Yes.
It's around the neck.
I love it.
The star of the video package we just saw is here with us on set, Mr. Brooklyn Bow Tie himself. That would be Richard Joseph. Nice to see you here in person.
Thank you, thank you.
But we're also about to introduce you to the co-founders of Dapper Dads, a new online fashion and lifestyle magazine featuring some pretty well-dressed celebrity fathers.
I'm into it, I'm into it. Before we meet them, here's a short clip of one of those featured celebrity dads, film and TV actor Brian White.
Hey,
I love that.
Yeah, we see you two
adorable.
over there. We
Yes.
see what you're doing.
We welcome Tenyse Williams, Editor-in-Chief. Great to have you here.
Thank you for
and
having me.
Mario Daniels, the magazine's creative director. Thank you for being here as well. So I love where all of this is going. First of all, who doesn't love to see a young man, your son, in a bow tie? What a breath of fresh air that was. Because that's not what you see all the time, walking down these streets in Brooklyn.
Not at all, not at all. And it is refreshing to see it. Young men taking on fashion. And it's interesting when I do post pictures like on Instagram or anybody sees my son in a bow tie, it actually gets a bigger response than when I wear it. I'm actually kind of jealous of him.
That's a good
Got it from
wingman,
his
though.
daddy.
Got it from his daddy. Good wingman.
Speaking of dads, of course, we got to go to this side of the table. Dapper Dads. Okay, talk about a niche market there. You guys are serving people who've been long absent. What was the inspiration for that?
Actually, well, Mario and I, we are students. We were students at Long Island University. Mario is a father of 3.
Yes.
I actually was raised by a single mother, but I had great father influences. So we felt like this will be a great market and target market to reach, and something that is needed within our communities as well, too. So we know a lot of fashionable dads, dapper dads, such as our co-guest star here, you know, and Mario as well too. He's been in the fashion industry, and so we're like, you know what, this will be great. Why not create something for fathers? So Dapper Dads is this is it right here.
Very cool.
Yeah, sure. Dads are kind of overlooked, as we can tell between the Mother's Day and Father's Day.
Right.
Big difference
Oh, yeah,
in
huge
what's going
difference.
on, right? So, what have been some of the most surprising things that you've seen when you see a dad in his element with his kids?
I think it's more so the defeating of the stereotypes of what, you know, fathers should be and how they should interact with their kids. You know, for a long time, I was always taught that, you know, a man is abrupt and you don't act silly and we're the disciplinarian. But when you really think about it, there's fathers that are doing a lot of amazing things inside the home and outside of the home. And that was one of the things that we wanted to highlight. You have fathers who are artists, who are writers, who are performers, and they still manage to maintain that element of their lives and still come home and perform their duties as a father and incorporate their children into the motivation for the things that they do.
Well, speaking of breaking down those stereotypes, we saw that big size 12 over there on the sewing machine. You were putting together your bow ties. What inspires you and keeps you going in the face of pants on the ground and so many other prevailing trends to bring us back to a classic?
I think it's just, you know, trying to maintain a close relationship with my son, which was actually the inspiration for starting King-N-Rook. I didn't really have a close relationship, like a loving, touchy-feely relationship with my father, and it was something that I felt necessary for me to stay close to my son, especially growing up in Bedford-Stuyvesant, Brooklyn, and living there all my life. You know, I just needed to maintain a hold on my kids, especially with my son. And, you know, we just said, it was interesting because he started to emulate the way I dressed, and he always wanted to wear bow ties, and we could never find a bow tie to fit him.
Really?
So part of the inspiration to actually start making bow ties was, we need bow ties for you, and why not make it? Let's just make it.
So who's the king and who's the rook?
I'm the king I'm the king and he's the rook. And the name actually is a play on words because we got it from playing chess, because there's a king and a rook in chess, and as well we live in Kings County, Brooklyn. So it's a
Somebody's thinking over there.
You know.
and so, you know, it was an idea that we came up with based on a picture that we had taken one day, and we were sitting there playing chess, and there the name was born.
Phenomenal.
Okay.
So back to you guys. Where are you going with this? With the Dapper Dads, I smell expansion already. You've got some great celebrities taking part, but what's your vision for this thing?
One, to bring more awareness to fathers and the role that they play. I think that over time we've kind of gotten forgotten, especially as it relates to, you know, the African American, Hispanic communities. We're always portrayed in a specific kind of light that isn't necessarily positive. So we want to show that, look, you know, not every father has, you know, like baby mama drama. We don't have these wayward children like roaming the streets. Like there are fathers who are present and are doing things, you know, in the community, in their lives, and we want to really highlight that.
Right. And just to add on to that, there are some dads who want to get back into their children's lives, who, you know, it's the modern day family nowadays. You know, you watch that show, right? I love that show, Modern Family, and it's true. And we touch on those issues, those topics where I'm actually a resident of Bed-Stuy. My father lived in Bed-Stuy, but I would, you know, rarely see him from time to time. So this is, our slogan is fashion, fatherhood, and forward movement. So we're also creating a forward movement for this as well. And tying all of that together into the dapperness of fathers.
Yeah.
And just like my partner says, showing us in a light, in a positive light, in a fashionable light, just really giving dads and getting them in their essence, you know? So, and of course, you know, tied into the fun stuff, you know what I mean? And the fun and the dirty stuff, how you tie a bow tie and change the diapers at the same time, you know?
Right. Cheerio up in there, you know. Yeah.
Let's push it forward while I do have you guys at the table. I would be remiss to not ask you. We're moving into spring. What are some things we should be looking out for, getting on trend?
Something like this, maybe?
Well, you know, this one is on loan. It's going back at the end of the show. It's available online, so check it out. But what should we be looking for, dusting off our closets, the few key pieces we should acquire to keep it current for this season?
Well, I have to say, you know, being a bow tie maker, it has to be a bow tie. You know, nice bright colors, and I do a lot of florals, so look out for florals with King-N-Rook. And I don't know, when it comes to fashion, I tend to just follow my own feeling as far as that's concerned, so I would tell everybody to just follow their heart when it comes to how you're going to dress for the spring.
Okay, break us off something. You work with all these celebrity dads. Give me some inside styling tips.
For fathers, your kid. Make your kid the biggest part of your style. Be out there, be present, you know, make sure that you're seen. It's okay to do the twin thing and just kind of have fun with it. I would also say colors, you know, make sure there's a lot of colors on you, pastels. That's my favorite thing.
I see the ladies nodding their heads. So we get your seal of approval.
Yes.
I think that the definition of fatherhood is changing.
Right.
I think like it was always kind of like this distant, stoic, like you said, disciplinarian, or, you know, don't get too close. Or just the person who kind of kept order. And now that's changing. Dads are cool. Their kids are cool. Even motherhood is changing. So it's nice to see how you guys are bringing it all together and also kind of bringing a realness to these celebrities too. Because you see flashy, you know, superstar on TV.
Right, exactly.
But they have like a real side to them, and what's more real than like your family? So.
Right.
And that's the thing about the magazine. When we do our interviews and when we conduct these shoots, we're not focusing on the things that, you know, the feature is already known for. You know, they run non-for-profits. They have these organizations that give back, but those things don't necessarily receive the light that they should.
So I just want to say, as a Bed-Stuy guy, you all make me very proud to be from this place right here, right now, and we'll definitely be looking for you guys online.
Yes, definitely, and we're print as well too. So
Love it.
You can't miss them. On print, online, you have no excuse, people.